AITA for refusing to give up my vacation days so my coworker can go on her honeymoon? I work at a small company where vacation time is pretty limited, and we have to request it months in advance. I put in my request almost a year ago to take a 2-week vacation during the holidays. My plan was to visit family who live out of the country, something I only get to do once every few years. Recently, a coworker of mine, who's getting married, came up to me and asked if I'd be willing to give up my vacation days so she could go on her honeymoon. She apparently didn't realize how quickly the days would fill up and waited too long to request her time off. Now, the only way she can go is if someone cancels, and since I have one of the longest vacation blocks, she came to me first. I told her I was really sorry, but I can't give up my time. This trip means a lot to me, and it's the only time I can see my family this year. She wasn't happy and told me I was being selfish for not accommodating her once-in-a-lifetime event. Now, a few other coworkers are chiming in, suggesting I could be more flexible since I don't have special circumstances like a wedding. I feel bad, but I also planned this trip far in advance, and it's important to me. AITA for not giving up my vacation so she can go on her honeymoon? Edit, to those saying no is a complete sentence. Sure, absolutely. But this is not just one person, but several coworkers. Most people like to try to maintain at least neutral with their coworkers who they see daily and can have an impact on their career. So having a legit logic to politely reference can win them back to neutral and may be worth it. Comment. This is better than my answer. A honeymoon doesn't have to happen immediately after a wedding. Yes, it's, hopefully, a once-in-a-lifetime event, but it's not like it won't be a honeymoon anymore if they have to wait 2 weeks to go. Comment. I got married in January. We booked our honeymoon for the spring. I don't really remember why. I promise you, our honeymoon was just as romantic 3 months later and we are just as married over a decade later. Update, 8 days later. Wow, I didn't expect my post to blow up like this, and I honestly can't thank you all enough for the support. I've been reading through all the comments, and it's clear that a lot of you feel as strongly as I do about keeping my vacation. So, after my last post, things got interesting at work. A few days after I turned down my coworker's request, she sent a long email to me and CC'd our entire team, basically calling me out for ruining her wedding plans and labeling me as unsupportive of a once-in-a-lifetime event. Yeah, it was a lot. I was caught off guard, but I kept it professional, responded directly to her, and explained again why my trip was non-negotiable for me. I thought that would be the end of it, but then our boss called me in for a meeting. It turns out, my coworker had tried to go over my head and get my vacation days reallocated to her. Thankfully, my boss was super understanding and confirmed that because I booked my time first, it's mine to keep. However, things got awkward when he asked if I would consider a compromise, like offering her a week of my time and keeping one for myself. I stood firm, telling him that this trip is one of the few chances I have to see my family, and I need the full 2 weeks. Since then, my coworker has been giving me the cold shoulder, and a couple of other coworkers have been dropping passive-aggressive comments. One even said, "You'll probably be that person who refuses to switch shifts with a parent during the holidays." Ouch. But here's the kicker, another coworker came up to me and confided that they had been pressured to switch vacation days with the same person in the past, and they regretted doing it because it messed up their own plans. So now, I'm glad I stood my ground. I'm not sure what the long-term fallout of this will be, but one thing is for sure, I'm not giving up my vacation. I need this time with my family more than ever, and I refuse to feel guilty for prioritizing that. Also, thank you to everyone who reassured me that standing my ground wasn't selfish. It's easy to second-guess yourself when the pressure mounts, but the overwhelming support here has made it clear that I'm not in the wrong.